What if I told you there's a river on Earth so hot it literally cooks anything alive that falls into it? For years, scientists thought it was just an Amazon myth, until they measured it themselves. And that's only the beginning. Today, you'll discover 50 geography facts so insane, they'll force you to rethink everything you know about this planet. From lost continents beneath the ocean to countries bigger than planets. Stay with me, because Earth is far stranger than you ever imagined. Fact number 1. The river that literally cooks anything alive. Deep in the Amazon rainforest, there is a river so hot it can literally boil living creatures alive. It's called the Shanay-Timpishka, also known as the Boiling River. The water reaches temperatures close to boiling, hot enough to instantly kill animals that fall in. What shocked scientists most is this: there are no volcanoes anywhere nearby. For generations, locals spoke of it as a legend. Science later confirmed it's terrifyingly real. Fact number 2. A lake that gets struck by lightning almost every night. Lake Maracaibo in Venezuela is often called the lightning capital of the world. On average, lightning strikes this lake about 260 nights every year. During peak storms, up to 28 lightning bolts can hit the sky every single minute. Sailors once used this constant lightning as a natural lighthouse. Scientists believe the surrounding mountains trap warm air, creating perfect conditions for endless storms. It's one of the most electrically active places on Earth. Fact number 3. A lake that is literally boiling. In the Caribbean island of Dominica lies one of the world's most dangerous lakes. Appropriately named Boiling Lake, its water temperature can reach over 90 degrees Celsius near the edges, and even hotter in the center. The lake constantly bubbles and steams like a giant cauldron. Unlike hot springs, this lake can suddenly change water levels or explode with steam, making it extremely unpredictable. Standing too close can be life-threatening. Fact number 4. The waterfall that looks like it's bleeding. In Antarctica, there's a glacier that releases a waterfall as red as blood. This eerie sight is called blood falls. The color comes from iron-rich water trapped beneath the ice for millions of years. When the water meets oxygen, the iron oxidizes, just like rust, turning the flow deep red. Even more shocking, this water contains microorganisms that have survived without sunlight or oxygen, proving life can exist in extreme isolation. Fact number 5. The coldest permanently inhabited place on Earth, Oymyakon, a small village in Siberia, is the coldest permanently inhabited place on Earth. Winter temperatures regularly drop below -60 degrees Celsius, eyelashes freeze within seconds, and phones stop working outdoors. Children still attend school unless temperatures fall below -55. People survive by eating frozen meat and fish. Cars are often left running all day to prevent engines from freezing solid. Yet families have lived here for generations. Fact number 6. A beach that glows bright blue at night? On Vadu Island in the Maldives, the ocean glows electric blue at night. This magical effect comes from tiny organisms called bioluminescent plankton. When waves move or people walk through the water, these microorganisms light up like stars. The result looks like the sky has fallen into the sea. Scientists believe this glow is a defense mechanism. For visitors, it feels unreal, like walking through liquid starlight. Fact number 7. A river flowing beneath the ocean. Beneath the Black Sea, scientists discovered something incredible, a massive river flowing along the ocean floor. This underwater river has currents, riverbanks, rapids, and even waterfalls, just like rivers on land. It exists because extremely salty water sinks below lighter seawater. If this river flowed on the surface, it would be among the largest rivers on Earth. It's a reminder that the oceans still hide enormous secrets. Fact number 8. Rocks that move by themselves in the desert. In California's Death Valley, heavy rocks mysteriously move across flat desert ground, leaving long trails behind them. For decades, no one could explain how stones weighing hundreds of kilograms moved without human or animal help. Scientists finally discovered the cause. Thin ice sheets form at night, and when they melt, wind gently pushes the rocks across slippery mud. Slow, silent, and strange, but completely real. Fact number 9. The largest mirror on Earth isn't made by humans. Salar de Uyuni in Bolivia is the world's largest salt flat. During the rainy season, a thin layer of water covers its surface, turning it into the largest natural mirror on Earth. The sky reflects so perfectly that the horizon disappears. Satellites use this mirror-like surface to calibrate instruments. Standing there feels like floating between heaven and earth, a place where direction, distance, and reality seem to vanish. Fact number 10. 3 lakes that change color without warning. On Indonesia's Kelimutu volcano sit 3 crater lakes that constantly change color. One might be turquoise today, deep red tomorrow, and nearly black next year. These shifts happen due to chemical reactions involving minerals and volcanic gases beneath the surface. Local legends say the lakes hold the spirits of the dead. Scientists say chemistry explains it, but watching nature repaint itself is still deeply unsettling and unforgettable. Fact number 11, a lake that holds 1/5 of the world's fresh water. Lake Baikal in Russia is not just deep, it's unimaginably important. This single lake holds nearly 20% of all the unfrozen fresh water on Earth. It is over 25 million years old, making it the oldest lake in the world. Baikal is also the deepest lake, plunging more than 1,600 meters. Scientists say if all other fresh water disappeared, Baikal alone could sustain humanity for generations. Fact number 12. A continent that almost completely sank. Beneath the Pacific Ocean lies a hidden continent called Zealandia. It is nearly twice the size of India, yet 94% of it is underwater. For decades, scientists debated whether it even existed. Only recently was it officially recognized as Earth's 8th continent. Mountains, volcanoes, and ancient coastlines are still there, just drowned beneath the sea. New Zealand and New Caledonia are the only visible peaks left above water. Fact number 13. Russia is larger than an entire planet. Russia is so vast that its land area is larger than the entire surface of Pluto. Russia covers about 17 million square kilometers, while Pluto's total surface area is smaller. This comparison feels impossible until you see it visually. One country on Earth is bigger than a planet in our solar system. It's a powerful reminder of how enormous our world truly is, and how small space objects can actually be. Fact number 14. Australia is wider than the moon. From east to west, Australia stretches about 4,000 kilometers. The moon's diameter, by comparison, is only about 3,474 kilometers. That means Australia is wider than the moon itself. This fact surprises even astronomers. When people look at the moon in the night sky, it feels massive. Yet one single country on Earth spans a greater distance. Geography, once again, proves our intuition very wrong. Fact number 15. A forest bigger than the Amazon. Most people believe the Amazon is the largest forest on Earth, but that's not true. The title belongs to the taiga, also called the boreal forest. It stretches across Russia, Canada, and Scandinavia, covering about 17 million square kilometers. The taiga plays a crucial role in regulating Earth's climate by storing vast amounts of carbon. Without it, global warming would accelerate much faster. Fact number 16. Africa exists in all 4 hemispheres. Africa is the only continent that lies in all 4 hemispheres of the Earth: northern, southern, eastern, and western. The equator runs directly through it, as does the prime meridian. This unique position gives Africa an incredible diversity of climates and ecosystems. From deserts to rainforests, from glaciers to savannas, Africa experiences nearly every climate found on the planet. Fact number 17. Most humans live in only half the planet. About 90% of the world's population lives north of the equator. This means the southern hemisphere, which includes much of South America, Africa, and Australia, is relatively empty by comparison. Historical trade routes, climate stability, and ancient civilizations all developed mostly in the north. Seeing this imbalance on a map is shocking. Half the planet holds almost all of humanity. Fact number 18. California has the same population as an entire country. The US state of California has nearly the same population as the entire country of Canada. Around 39 to 40 million people live in California alone. Canada, despite being the second largest country on Earth, has a similar number. This strange imbalance comes from geography, climate, and economic opportunity. It shows how unevenly humans choose to settle across the planet. Fact number 19. One country uses only one time zone. China is geographically wide enough to span 5 time zones, yet the entire country uses just one official time zone. In Western China, the sun can rise near noon and set close to midnight. Local people often follow unofficial local time for daily life. This decision was made for political unity, not geography. And it creates one of the strangest time experiences on Earth. Fact number 20. The only flag in the world that isn't a rectangle. Nepal is the only country in the world whose national flag is not rectangular. Instead, it is made of 2 stacked triangles. This design represents the Himalayan mountains and the country's 2 main religions. The flag even has its own mathematical formula written into the constitution. In a world of similar-looking flags, Nepal stands alone, instantly recognizable and completely unique. Fact number 21. A city that exists on 2 continents at once. Istanbul is one of the very few cities in the world that sits on 2 continents at the same time. One side of the city is in Europe, the other in Asia, separated by the Bosphorus Strait. You can have breakfast in Europe and lunch in Asia without ever boarding a plane. This unique location shaped Istanbul's history, culture, and power for centuries, turning it into a bridge between civilizations. Fact number 22. Greenland is mostly ice. Iceland is mostly green. Despite its name, Greenland is covered by ice across about 80% of its land. Iceland, on the other hand, has far more green fields, farms, and forests. Historians believe Vikings named Greenland to attract settlers, while Iceland received the harsher name to discourage rivals. Today, this naming paradox still confuses people worldwide and proves that geography and marketing have been intertwined for over 1,000 years. Fact number 23. A town where everyone lives in one building. In Whittier, Alaska, nearly the entire town lives inside one 14-story building. This single structure contains apartments, a school, a grocery store, a post office, and even a medical clinic. Harsh weather and long winters made outdoor life impractical. So residents built inward, creating a vertical town. For outsiders, it feels strange, but for locals, it's simply survival through smart design. Fact number 24. The town with only one human being, Monowi, Nebraska, is the smallest incorporated town in the United States. It has exactly 1 resident. Her name is Elsie Eiler, and she is the mayor, librarian, bartender, and city clerk, all at once. She even votes to re-elect herself. While it sounds like a joke, Monowi is legally real. It's a quiet reminder of how populations shift and communities slowly fade away. Fact number 25. A border you can see from space. The border between Sweden and Norway cuts straight through forests for nearly 2,000 kilometers. Trees along the border are deliberately cleared, creating a visible line called the border corridor. From the ground, it looks like a wide forest scar. From the air and even from satellites, the border is unmistakable. It's one of the clearest examples of humans drawing lines across nature. Fact number 26, floating islands that people still live on Lake Titicaca. Along the border of Peru and Bolivia, people live on floating islands made entirely of reeds. These islands are hand-built and constantly maintained by adding fresh layers of plants. Entire families live, cook, and sleep on surfaces that gently move with the water. This way of life has existed for centuries. Even today, these communities float, both literally and culturally, between land and lake. Fact number 27, place where gravity is weaker than anywhere else nearby. In Canada's Hudson Bay region, gravity is slightly weaker than in surrounding areas. Scientists believe this is due to ancient ice sheets from the last ice age that once pressed down on the Earth's crust. When the ice melted, the land began slowly rising back up. This ongoing rebound affects gravity measurements even today. It's proof that Earth is still adjusting to events from thousands of years ago. Fact number 28. A capital that never gets dark in summer. In Svalbard, Norway, the sun does not set for months during the summer. From April to August, daylight lasts 24 hours a day. There is no true night. In winter, the opposite happens, complete darkness for weeks. This extreme light cycle affects sleep, mood, and daily life. For residents, time itself feels different. For visitors, it feels like living on another planet. Fact number 29. A country that is almost completely underwater. The Maldives is the flattest country on Earth. Its highest natural point rises just about 2.4 meters above sea level. Because of rising oceans, scientists warn the Maldives could become uninhabitable within this century. Entire islands are already disappearing. It may become the first nation lost entirely to climate change, not through war or disaster, but slowly, wave by wave. Fact number 30. A desert that used to be green and full of life. Thousands of years ago, the Sahara Desert looked nothing like it does today. It was filled with rivers, lakes, animals, and human settlements. Cave paintings show giraffes, crocodiles, and lush landscapes. Changes in Earth's orbit slowly shifted rainfall patterns, turning Greenland into endless sand. The Sahara reminds us that climate can transform entire regions, and it can happen again. Fact number 31. The deepest hole humans have ever drilled. In Russia, scientists once drilled a hole so deep it permanently changed how we understand the Earth's crust. The Kola super-deep borehole reached more than 12 kilometers underground. At that depth, temperatures became so extreme that solid rock behaved like soft plastic. Scientists also found water trapped inside rocks where none was expected. The project was eventually abandoned, not because they reached the Earth center, but because conditions became impossible to survive. Fact number 32. A cave so massive, it has its own weather. Hidden beneath the jungles of Vietnam lies Hang Son Awang, the largest cave in the world. It is so enormous that it contains forests, rivers, clouds, and its own weather system. Sunlight streams through collapsed ceilings, allowing plants to grow deep underground. Entire city blocks could fit inside its chambers. Discovered only recently, this cave reminds us how much of our planet remains unexplored, even beneath our feet. Fact number 33. The longest cave system on Earth. Mammoth Cave in Kentucky is the longest known cave system in the world, stretching over 640 kilometers of mapped passageways. And scientists believe there may be even more yet to discover. This underground labyrinth has been forming for millions of years. Early explorers used candlelight to navigate its darkness. Today, it stands as a reminder that Earth's greatest landscapes are not always visible from above. Fact number 34. A crater that has been burning for over 50 years. In the middle of the Turkmenistan desert burns a massive crater filled with fire, known as the Door to Hell. This pit has been on fire continuously since 1971. It began when a drilling accident caused the ground to collapse into a natural gas pocket. Scientists set it on fire, expecting it to burn out in days. More than 5 decades later, it's still blazing. Fact number 35. An island inside a lake inside an island inside a lake. Vulcan Point in the Philippines is one of the strangest geographic features on Earth. It is an island located in a lake, which sits on an island inside another lake on a larger island. This geographical Russian nesting doll was formed by volcanic activity over thousands of years. It's a rare natural puzzle, layers within layers, and a perfect example of how complex Earth's processes can be. Fact number 36, the only continent with 0 native snakes. Antarctica is the only continent on Earth without any native snakes or reptiles. The extreme cold prevents cold-blooded animals from surviving. Even insects are rare. Life there exists at the absolute edge of possibility. Despite this, scientists have discovered microbes living inside ice and beneath frozen lakes. Antarctica proves that even in the harshest conditions, life finds a way, but only just. Fact number 37. Pyramids. One country has more than Egypt. When people think of pyramids, Egypt immediately comes to mind. But Sudan actually has more pyramids than Egypt. Over 200 ancient pyramids stand in Sudan, built by the Kingdom of Kush. These pyramids are smaller and steeper, but equally historic. Many remain untouched by tourism. This forgotten chapter of history shows how easily entire civilizations can fade from global memory. Fact number 38. A place where waterfalls flow sideways. On the Faroe Islands and along Ireland's western cliffs, powerful ocean winds can blow waterfalls sideways or even upward. Instead of falling down, the water turns into mist and flies horizontally across the landscape. This phenomenon happens during intense storms when wind force overwhelms gravity. Watching it feels unreal, as if Earth's basic rules have been temporarily suspended. Fact number 39. A lake that creates perfect mineral circles. Spotted Lake in Canada looks like something from another planet. During summer, the water evaporates and leaves behind hundreds of colorful mineral pools. Each circle contains different concentrations of magnesium, calcium, and sulfate, creating green, yellow, and blue patterns. Indigenous peoples have considered this lake sacred for centuries. Scientists still study its chemistry, but its beauty alone is enough to leave visitors speechless. Fact number 40, Earth is still growing, very slowly. Mount Everest is not finished growing. Due to the collision of tectonic plates beneath Asia, the mountain continues to rise by just a few millimeters each year. Earth's surface is constantly moving, folding, and reshaping itself. While erosion wears Everest down, tectonic forces push it back up. Even the tallest point on our planet is still under construction. Fact 41. The deepest ocean point on Earth, Mariana Trench. Hidden deep in the Pacific Ocean lies the Mariana Trench, nearly 11 kilometers below sea level. If Mount Everest were placed inside, its peak would still remain underwater. The pressure is so intense it could crush a submarine, yet strange life forms still survive there. Humans have explored space more than this part of our own planet. Even today, much of Earth's deepest ocean remains completely mysterious. Fact 42. A river that flows under the Amazon. Beneath the Amazon River flows another hidden river called the Humza River. It moves slowly underground, stretching thousands of kilometers across South America. Scientists only discovered it in the 21st century using deep drilling data. Though invisible, it carries huge amounts of water beneath the rainforest. It's like a secret twin river flowing silently below one of the world's most famous waterways. Fact 43. The giant blue hole that looks like a portal in the ocean. Off the coast of Belize lies the Great Blue Hole, a massive underwater sinkhole over 300 meters wide and 125 meters deep. From above, it looks like a dark portal opening in the middle of the sea. It formed during the last ice age when the area was dry land and caves later collapsed as sea levels rose. Divers exploring it have found ancient cave formations and even stalactites deep underwater. Proof that this ocean floor was once above sea level. Fact 44. The hill where cars appear to roll uphill Magnetic Hill, Canada. In New Brunswick, Canada, there's a hill where cars appear to roll uphill by themselves. Turn off the engine, release the brake, and the car moves upward. No magnets, no tricks. It's a powerful optical illusion caused by the surrounding landscape, confusing your sense of level. Even people who know the science still feel uneasy watching it happen. Your eyes swear it's wrong, but physics says otherwise. Fact 45. The Chocolate Hills. That change color with the season's Philippines. The chocolate hills of the Philippines look like thousands of perfectly shaped cones spread across the land. During the rainy season, they're lush green. But in the dry season, the grass dies and turns brown, making them look exactly like giant chocolate drops. There are over 1,700 of them. No one knows exactly how they formed. Nature sculpted them with patience and a sense of humor. Fact 46. The singing sand dunes of the desert booming sands phenomenon. In deserts around the world, some sand dunes can sing. When dry sand slides down the dune, it creates a deep humming sound, sometimes like a drum, sometimes like an organ. The noise can be heard kilometers away. Ancient travelers wrote about booming sand centuries ago. Scientists now know it's caused by perfectly shaped sand grains vibrating together. The desert, quite literally, has a voice. Fact 47. The hottest inhabited place on Earth. In Ethiopia's Danakil Depression lies one of the hottest inhabited places on Earth, where average daily temperatures often exceed 34 degrees Celsius year-round. The landscape looks alien, filled with neon-colored sulfur springs, acid pools, and vast salt flats. Tectonic plates are slowly pulling apart here, meaning new ocean crust is forming in real time. Despite the extreme heat and toxic gases, local Afar people have survived here for centuries, mining salt under some of the harshest conditions on Earth. Fact 48. The waterfalls that flow upward into the sky. At Ireland's cliffs of Moher, powerful Atlantic winds can reverse gravity, at least visually. When storms hit, waterfalls don't fall down. They blow upward, turning into mist that rises into the sky. It looks like nature pressed rewind. Locals have watched it for generations, but it still feels unreal. It's a reminder that wind, when strong enough, can completely overpower water. Fact 49. The driest place on Earth that sometimes blooms. Atacama Desert, Chile. Chile's Atacama Desert is considered the driest place on Earth. Some weather stations there have recorded years without a single drop of rain. Yet, once every few years, rare rainfall transforms the desert into a massive field of colorful flowers almost overnight. An event called the Desierto Florido, or flowering desert. Seeds can lie dormant for decades waiting for rain. It's one of the most dramatic landscape transformations on the planet. Fact 50. The island that looks like another planet. Socotra, Yemen. Socotra Island in the Arabian Sea looks unlike anywhere else on Earth. Over a third of its plants exist nowhere else, including the famous dragon blood trees, which look like giant upside-down umbrellas. Millions of years of isolation allowed strange life forms to evolve independently. Scientists often call it the most alien-looking place on our planet. It's like stepping into a world that evolved separately from the rest of Earth.